Hello guys, I am Bhumi and I am providing you some important formulas and theorems of class 10th. First, chapter 1, real number, in which we have first theorem, fundamental theorem of arithmetic, and second we have a formula HCF into LCM is equals to A into B. Now come to second chapter, that is polynomials, in which we know about the three formula, that is first sum of the roots, that is equals to minus B by A, product of the roots, that is equals to C by A, and quartic polynomial formula, through which we can form a quartic polynomial easily. Now come to the chapter 3, linear equation in two variable. First, intersecting lines, that we also know that intersecting lines has a unique solution, only, which means only one solution, that is a1 upon my a2, that is not equals to b1 upon my b2. Second, parallel lines, these lines has no solution, and the formula is a1 upon a2 is equals to b1 upon b2 and not equals to c1 upon c2. Next, overlapping lines, we know that overlapping lines have infinitely many solutions because they are dependent on each other, that is a1 upon a2 and is equals to b1 upon b2 is equals to c1 upon c2. Now comes to the chapter 4, quadratic equation. We know about the standard form of quadratic equation, that is ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0. And second, quadratic formula, that is very important, d is equals to b square minus 4ac. First we have to find discriminant, that is d, and now quadratic formula is x equals to minus b plus minus root d upon 2a. Here root d is the discriminant, and we also know that if the d is greater than 0, then we got two distinct real roots, and if d is equals to 0, two equal roots we got, and if d is less than 0, so we got no real roots. Now come to the chapter 5, that is arithmetic progression, also known as AP. We know the general form of AP, that is a that is our first term, and a plus d, a plus 2d, and a plus 3d, and so on. And here d is the common difference. First, our formula is an is equals to a plus n minus d. We use this formula to find nth term. Next formula Sn. Sn, that is the sum of n terms. N by 2 bracket में 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Here a is equals to first term, n is equals to number of terms. We have d is equals to common difference, or an is also known as L, that is the nth term or last term, and Sn is the sum of nth term. And we also have the another formula for finding Sn is equals to n by 2. Then now come to chapter 6, triangles, and in which we have only two theorems that is mostly asked in the exam. That first is BPT, basic proportionality theorem, or also known as Thales theorem, in which if a line is drawn parallel to one side of a triangle to intersect the other two sides in distinct point, the other two sides divides in the same ratio. Second, converse of BPT. If a line divides any two sides of a triangle in same ratio, then line is parallel to the third side. Now come to the chapter 7, that is our coordinate geometry, in which we have only two formula, that is distance formula and second is section formula. Now come to the chapter 8, introduction to trigonometry. That is the very important chapter. First, we also know about that how to find sine theta, cos theta, tan theta, cosec theta, sec theta, cot theta. Then important identity is also here. Sine square theta plus cos square theta is equals to 1. Sec square theta minus tan square theta is equals to 1. Cosec square theta minus cot square theta is equals to 1. Now come to the chapter number 10. Here chapter 9 also application of trigonometry, and there is no formula. In chapter 10, circles, we have two theorems. If the tangent at any point of a circle is perpendicular to the radius through point of contact, the length of the second theorem, the length of the tangent from an external point to a circle are equal. Now come to the chapter 12, area related to circle. First, circumference of circle is always 2 pi r. Area of circle pi r square. Length of arc of sector theta upon 360 into 2 pi r. Here theta is the angle that is given in the question. Area of the sector theta upon 360 into pi r square. Area of segment. Area of corresponding sector. We have to find first sector area and then minus the area of triangle. Now come to the chapter 13, surface area and volume. This is the also important chapter because are many formulas in this chapter. First cube. Cube का CSA TSA volume. Cuboid CSA TSA volume. And cylinder का CSA TSA volume. Cone CSA TSA and volume. And all these sphere and hence we have to know about these CSA TSA and volume. Because the whole chapter is based on these shapes, these 3D shapes and their formulas. Now come to the chapter 14, statistics, in which we first have mean. And mean we have to find in 3 methods, but in our syllabus there are only 2 methods. First, assumed means. Here a plus summation of fi dA upon summation of fi. Second, mean, that is we find by direct method, is equals to summation of fi xi upon summation of fi. Next, mode. L plus bracket में f1 minus f node upon में 2f1 minus f node minus f2 into h. And median is equals to L plus n minus n by 2 minus cf upon f into h. Here cf is the cumulative frequency that we have to find. And that is our last chapter, chapter 15, probability. This is the most easiest chapter in the whole syllabus. That is, to find probability, formula is number of outcomes upon number of all possible outcomes. And we also know that the sum of the probability is always 1. It is not less than, probability cannot be less than 1. Thank you for joining us.